Mukimanyi nti mugenda fanga muli bawuulu. Now, we are trained from the Islamic background and wisdom to appreciate what Allah has predetermined. This was a session that is supposed to be out. But then Allah has decided and we can't. He's the best of planners. Maybe the goodness was in us being here. So may Allah grant us that goodness. Now, I want us to discuss about something. Forget about the whole being a sheikh story. Forget about the whole university setting. I don't want this to be too much formal. We've spent the whole day being too much formal and too much English here and there. I want us to discuss as Ugandans. Where are you going to get your partner? Let me take you. Of course, I'm going to get some ideas from you. Yakusaba, if at all it's okay for you to be recorded, Wobotesa, you come close, you share so that we share the knowledge. Now, in the Ugandan context, it is turning out to be hard to just get in the same zone with someone who would be a suitable partner for you. You guys, this is a serious situation. It is a serious one. You are a good man. You are a good lady. How are you going to meet your fellow good person? Where are the avenues? Do you guys have that place where you just meet with that mutual understanding and you're going to start up a family? The answer is no, you don't. Because of that answer, this is why some people end up in horrible marriages. You're a good man, and because you don't have any avenue, a place that the society has designed for you to just tap into the same energy within the lady here, you end up marrying a lady who is not as good as you are. So at the end result of it, the marriage fails. Now, as a man, that alone is just something that is going to destabilize you. Marrying a lady after 2 years, you divorce, ngaina abaana bo babiri. Otandise okusirana nga okyali mwana muto. The same applies with a lady. You are a good girl, which is very okay. A Muslim, osala n'okusala, that's why you're here. Where are you going to find a man who is as good as you are? Because you don't have an answer to that, you end up into the hands of men that are not as good as you are. 2 years, 3 years, you have 2 kids, you divorce. Osiranye. If at all you're not too much lucky. Don't you really think we need to discuss this as young blood? Because the Ugandan context has not designed that for you. Gone are days where parents were concerned. Your father, on both sides, they were concerned, they were like, okay, let's find it as a concern to make sure our son gets a girl to marry. It was a collective society concern. Today, it's your business. No one cares whether you marry or you don't get married. It's your business. Your father is not here, but he's expecting you to get married in 5 years. As ladies, you have the society pressure. You hear your mother, as you're discussing with your mother, she's busy like, okay, but people say at university, you at least come up with someone who would marry you. Is it just obvious like that? Just because you're here, you need to go back with someone? Definitely no. Now, this Ugandan context, as a Muslim fraternity, you need that question. If at all you don't discuss that thoroughly, you're going to die single. Now, let us just be like Abantu. If you're not interested in marriage, it's okay. your lecture will be another lecture. I want to address someone who is speaking interest into starting up a marriage. When I say marriage, I'm going beyond your husband and your wife. I'm talking about kids, grandkids, like that whole entity. That means you want someone to start up a family in that understanding. Let us just check the numerical imbalance now. Let me start with the sisters. How many gents are responsible that are ready to marry you? Because the Ugandan context is they are ready for marriage as of now. Just ready. It's you to marry them, but you're not. Because your eligibility to marry them is not only on the body, it's on providing. So what normally happens, because we are too unserious, it's a confused generation, we don't have these serious discussions. Now, you're ready with them. Actually, you're the market of them. But you don't have time to even start because you're poor. You even don't have a job. You still stay with your father. For her, she needs a man to protect and provide for her. Now, she is ready, you're not. And you're the one that would be a husband for. What normally happens? Akulekao, she's going to look for someone who is in another generation. And chances are high, bijja kufa. Kuba tebeetegeera. Now, you don't want to be in marriage where it's only biology. Biology, I mean sleeping. It's only sleeping that puts you together with a spouse. Now, that is a real talk. Olumalanga bosomye nabyo, the classmates are out, but you're unready because your relevancy is look for a job, like start being useful in a society. For now, like relevancy. It takes years. You're 23, 24 right now, but after campus at 25, you will need some 3 years to just settle as a man, well grounded. The question is, who are you going to marry as soon as you're done being well grounded? Because as per your understanding, chances are high you would pick them from now, but then they will be in other marriages. You're going to die single. Now, as a lady, as a guy, this is a reality. They are here, single. You are the fellow single ladies. But you're not going to talk to them because of whatever you believe in, maybe. Because of that alone. Orumalao, and years go on, you're failing to start up marriages. I'm speaking this from a reality point of view because I'm tested in a way that I happen to be in stories of innocently good people that are still single, not because they are bad, not because they are unserious, because they're not going to meet each other. Now, gone are days where your father was actually concerned to find a man for you. Now, those are now stories. Your parent has no power over you. Because matter of fact, your parents even don't know you. That is our challenge of our times. You've spent years in boarding schools. The reason as to why fathers used to recommend daughters to men, it's because they knew their girls from A to Z. Matter of fact, your dad doesn't know you. Senior 1 to senior 4, you were in boarding. A-level, you were in boarding. Because A-level is too serious, you are in Gulu, for God's sake. 500 kilometers plus away from your hometown. And you're not permanently here. You're here for 3 years. The circle you're having, your surrounding is this. Aren't you unserious not considering that fact that if at all you're not sensible to pick one from here, you're going to die single? Because Obamba, why it is? Okay. Now listen, let's go through the so-called contemporary parenting of today. Gone are days where villages, the coordination, reason as to why at some point I'm like, let me go away from the whole noises of the town. I miss that coordination. In the villages, because of the strong coordination, you will find some 10 families and they are just having authentic information about each family respectively. They are having daughters and sons. Now, fathers will be a point of at least recommending each other to make sure they even support their sons and daughters into marriage. Now, today it's not the same because even the coordination is attacked. Chances are high your father is not even friends with your neighbor. But the neighbor is having daughters. Because you're in town. You were born of Masaka or maybe Mbale, but as a young girl and a young boy, the villagers don't know you. Now, they have daughters, but they don't know you. You're in Kampala. All they have is Kampala, the Kampala bonds. Even when you go there for holidays, you want to behave like a Kampala boy. So what the villagers do, the good girls who are villagers, because being a villager and being in town has nothing to do in marriage. Those village girls who are good are like, that man in Kampala, we are not ready to handle. Because they don't know you. Now, even in town, everyone is busy. Just like you are busy. Teba kumanyi, because it takes a lot for someone in town to grab their attention. That's why some people even reach out to go immoral. They don't know you in town. Gemazima. Now, you're also in Gulu. You're introverted. No one knows you intensively. Olumalao, you're done with your degree as a 25-year-old man. This issue, okumanya mutemuli serious. This issue, you get to a point of just thinking about stuff. Nti oyagala baana bato. Isn't it? You get to the nation. Tetumanya this anazi bawa. But you're like, as a 30-year-old, a man, now you need to marry a girl who is at least 20. At least, that is the man here now. Now, do you know the reality that comes with a lady, a girl, you're marrying as your first wife, who is 10 years younger than you? Gwokulodda mabega, eh? A 30-year-old man has priorities that are not the priorities of a 25-year-old. When you switch to 30, even when you decide to have a 20-year-old, you will invest into putting sense into her, because she's going to be the mother to your kids. Toyagala birowoozaako ebyo. Oyagala baana bato. Ng'owasa mwana. Owasa muntu n'akumenya. Your fellow men are thinking upward. You're thinking like a 20-year-old because you have a 20-year-old immature lady for a wife. Bannamwe bali waneeno 25 marry. Okay, before I even proceed, where are you going to get spouses now with that reality? People who are, listen, abantu abali immoral, abatalina mu ddiini nga mmwe, balina avenues nyingi. It only takes a number, n'ayogereza gwatamanyi gwatalabangako, amaka ne gatandika. Maybe balina mu Kivulu, a festival somewhere, enkuba etonyenga bw'etonnye kati. kati mbu gentleman ajjeeko ekooti awaddeko omukyala. Now the family has started. They are in a festival somewhere, bewaddeko ekooti awo. Now it is a romantic move, because getting off the jacket and giving a lady mbu kati you're a gentleman and responsible. Amaka gatandise olwo. They go and cohabit and they sleep 1 year, 2 years, but they are in marriage. You are a sensible man who doesn't do that. You don't even go for festivals. Actually, your business is school and home. Chances are you're even introverted. Tokolagana n'abantu nnyo. You enjoy your space. Do you know how hard it is to just get another introverted someone that you're going to start a family with? You're going to die single. You're going to die single. Now, remember, I was just giving an approach of someone who has not yet even become a parent, father or mother. But we have another reality where a young girl possibly made a mistake and she has a kid outside marriage. She's a young, innocent girl. She made tauba, but she has a daughter or maybe son, still young. She's still at 25. No musajja tibaya ukana, obo musajja yafa n'okufa. She's there. How many of you are going to prioritize her for marriage? It's only one. It's only one. Do you know how many single mothers are out there? And do you know why the rise of single mothers is just high? Because ladies happen to be emotional creatures and they are victimized in that being emotional. Boom, it's pregnancy now. It is another story. She's a mother, an effective mother, but she's still young. She still needs marriage. You're going to die single. Now, I'm just trying to prepare you mentally to get to know that your being single is not your fault, but our society also contributes to that. Your elders, they are not concerned. They're not even going to get concerned. Because you threw them outside the game. Now, the reason as to why parents took up that role to make sure they were too much exposed. They had very many people in their circle. They never forced anyone to marry anyone. Now, a man would trust the dad because you are a man, a young man, who is still having a limited social circle. Toweza n'abawala batano balina magezi in your friends. Obayina? Singa wabayina, singa oli muwulu. But now, listen. This is a reality. Only your WhatsApp. If you put your status, matter of fact, you have many girl contacts in your phone. True or false? Naina ukakasa. You don't see them for wives. It is too worse to a level that even your friends, the friendship, you would have been like, okay, this generation, because you're turning out to be too much innovative, too much serious, you mind your own business, okay, it's very okay. At least the friends would recommend each other. But even friends, you can't recommend your own friend because you know they are immoral. Immorality put you together. Now, how many best friends, like you're having friends, you both have sisters at home, but wallahi, no one can give the other sister to the other. Am I wrong if I say you're going to die single? Now that's why the father came in. Now, whatever we are discussing now might not be too much impactful of today. But remember, as we are discussing this, let's take this lecture as a life-changing lecture in a way that tomorrow your fathers and mothers, you need to directly and indirectly make sure this whole story stops on you. Design a platform for your kids to get partners. And now it becomes too worse in this African context. Because Africans have not designed, the African society, in any tribe you're in, was not designed to marry from the closest. Everyone wants to marry from the far. It's only the Eastern Bloc, actually not even the Eastern Bloc, the Asian Bloc, that is Arabia, and a few cultures here and there that prioritize marrying within, cousins and story. I'm speaking to you as an African. You're not even going to think about your cousin because you're naughty. You are an African. You're a Muslim Muganda. You're not going to think about your cousin. Actually, matter of fact, your cousin is your brother, Andy. Your cousin yani, ye mulenzi, ye musajja. Ye muwala. Byonna. You even have issues, for example, if you're a Muganda, people of the same clan, you're not going to marry them. Of course, don't even start being like, but you're having other people in your family. It is not your family, it is your father's family. You wait until you start your family, that's when you will implement that. You're not going to even marry those girls of the same clan because of the African reality. It is the same muzimu that is stopping you from starting families here. Because you're the African in you. You're not ready to marry a girl who has seen you struggling here. You want a girl who is in IU, a girl makere, to make sure you start a story. Even when you are immoral, you make tauba, you start a story with someone who doesn't know you. Now that is an African reality. True or false? Aren't you going to die single, you think? I'm going to die single. Now from today onwards, I'm just trying to justify your being single. Chances are high you might try to get someone. Not because they are not there. Innocent, young, beautiful girls are there. Not only these ones, they are there in the world. But trust me, they are not on streets. They are treasured, that even when they are done with school here, their next spot is home. Now you only have Friday, Juma, as a spot, or here, or nowhere. Let's check out the mosque. How many imams are doing justice to that position when it comes to helping the young youth? No one. Because no one cares. It's only a few that are serious to that level. Do you know why men from the Islamic doctrine, do you know why we are supposed to pray at the mosque 5 times a day? Do you know why? You just get to traditions that like Nabiyatulagira, Abasajja Baino Saira Muzikiti. Do you know what that means? It means a society that has men that meet 5 times a day. That society must prosper. You have time to sit with your fellow men to reason and strategize for the future. As you're done with Subuh, you're going for work, you have some 10 minutes to discuss about your community. Now, our simple mosque as Gumsa, we expect young Muslims to make sure you're familiar with the environment. You come here, you talk about, you help others, just meeting. It is today where elders in a mosque, basajja bakuru, 50 plus, baina abana, abawala nabachi, nabalenzi. But no father is going to even start up and they're like, What if we just put a platform for our kids to make sure they start up a family? But they are praying for 10 years. Why are you even praying? Stay at home. Prophet saying that the Salatul Jama'a afdal min Salatul Fadl bi 27 daraja. The ranks, if you perform the congregational prayer, it goes beyond praying for God's sake. The ideology is, as soon as you're done praying, let's copy from the Prophet. Do you know why they used to even intermarry between themselves? It was a concern. That why is our fellow companion struggling with being single? There is a daughter here and here. Let them start a story. Your ego as a man is keeping you in being single. Your ego as a lady is keeping you in being single. Now that is a reality that is in Uganda, and most especially with university students. Because I'm a lecturer at university, I know what I'm talking about. This is not time for you guys to waste time. It is not time for you to start reasoning like kids who are still at advanced level. You only have 3 years. 3 or 4 or maybe 5. At one point, sit down and think, reason as a father, as a mother of someone. Now, if you prioritize that, it's going to help you. But being single, it's a new order of the day. Basajja bano bali mukweyongeza bakyala. Tonaana kufuna yo n'omu. And I don't know, this might be my, I'm trying to just predict. Because of this whole reality, these girls are finding peace into being with men who are already in marriage because they are assured of security and provision and responsibility. Okanya kwewunya omwana wo gwe mwasoma naye yakusuulawo n'agenda nga namba mmeka? Because omuntu awasa extending to number 2, number 3 and number 4. Ebizibu byenendo njalowoozaamu as a man, he takes credit for that. Tagenda kwenda, agenda kuwasa, committing to take care of her. Now every lady needs that responsibility. Your fellow men are taking away your wives. You are single and you're unbothered. Maybe that man is your father. Your father is still a nice looking man because he gave birth to you. He's still a good, responsible man, even though you're the son. But because you're in different dimensions, ali busy agenda kweyongeza afune mama wo mulala igwe okyatagalira eno, not even someone to okuchina nti mpa mahali. You're going to die single, matter of fact. Now that is a church. I'm not here to give a solution, but I'm just giving a reality. When you know the problem, you minimize way. You're like you get ways of curbing it in your societies. Tujewo busegu nti bana yabanonya baba basegu simaya baba basegu. That will be a talk for another. We want people to prioritize starting up families because that is where your usefulness is. Why aren't you having a marriage hub? A marriage hub in a way that at least you're guided as a young Muslim fraternity. As you start up families, you have premarital counseling. As you're done with nikah, you have postmarital counseling. As you become a mother or maybe father, you have parenting counseling, Islamic founded. Because we are not going to teach you this in khutbahs. kati mbuki mwebali kujja ffojjuma eno olwaleero twagala twogere mwefuna mutya? Definitely no, because khutbah has you and has married people, has young kids. It's just something universal. Now where do you get the guidance when it comes to that? Mwefeeko ge mazima. If you're not serious, you're going to die soon. Wallahi. Because you don't have avenues. Mwandibadde muteekateekawo ddala sempitirivu wano. Now the reason why I even welcomed that whole campfire situation, to just give a platform. Mudde ngulu nammwe. Like, you're young men, you're young women. Definitely muyinza okubanga ne wano waliwo abantu kati abali mu story zitambula. Rectify that story. Put life to it. Make sure you're handling each other as respected people. Bwaba akumayira omudde mugobe. Funa omuntu ayina akadde ng'agenda mumanya nti ekikumuwagaza kutandika family. Mwekyawe kyawe mangu, you still have time. Mwekyawe mufuna abantu abaki abalungi. Kubanga if what put you together, njagala no babuuza kibuuzo, if because we lack guidance, possibly even the relationship you're in right now is built on something that is not stable. Wakachimanya. And Islam, the Islamic approach is, come on, you don't start a relationship with someone without seeking guidance. It is the one reason as to why me personally, I don't just basically attend marriage ceremonies. Jine mikolo gy'abantu okupangisa abawalimu. Tebampangisa nze naawe. Yahe, I add value to my presence to a function. If you want me to come as a sheikh, as your sheikh, I need to be in your story prior. Sibamanyi na bamanya. Simanyi mwesisinkana mutya. Ani yabagaidinga. Maybe ekyabagatta kubanga mwesesa. Now, you want me to come, kati mbawoye, mweyagadde, tweyagala. After 1 year, nga mwegoba. Ani yabagatta, seeka Bulafu yaliwo ono ne atukola batya? Now, that is the direction. Now, even when you're a young sheikh here in making, kisomengo okimanyi nti society ejja mu maaso will need some professionalism to that. Invest into making sure marriages are sustainable, like ziwangala. You aren't serious nti nekati ne chairman takumanyi owagumsa. Bwe wandigambye nti abagaidinga mukko nti bannayi mwandibadde mukola oba naye muwulu munnammwe. But my point is, listen, my point is, my point is, now abantu bangi boogera ku bifumbo and babakyamula nnyo kubanga obufumbo bunyuma okwogerako nga byakukyamula bukyamuzi, because muli bantu bakulu, mulina obwagazi, you have desires. Now it becomes easy for everyone to come out and say something about something that you're desireful about. But now it takes senses to appreciate nti omuntu ayagala okutandika relationship etegerekeka, you seek Islamic guidance. Kati togenda gisanga mu khutuba, togenda gisanga mu ssomero gye wasomera, togenda gisanga elsewhere. Okujjako nga in your circle oyinamu omuwalimu gwe weesiga agenda okukugaidinga. Tomulina. Actually n'omukolo gwammwe mugenda kukubira bukubizi muwalimu mumubuuze tukuwe mmeko gy'otuwowe. Some people start families with that levels of irresponsibility. Ngamulinga bagamba ntubegayira, please enter in marriage male mwegobe. Please enter male mwegobe. Please enter male mwegobe. I am sensitive in a way nedda nyabo ne ssebo. I don't know you, it is okay. Genda mu bufumbo bwo. Ozimbira obufumbo bukola ki? Does it make sense to you? Okubanga elsewhere mu dockets endala, medics muli wano, economists muli wano. Does it make sense for someone to start up anything to do with finances without even inquiring about the guidance from economists? Definitely no. Now marriage is too much sensitive. Mugendeko mu bantu abakulu munyumyemu. When did you last talk? When did you last talk with your father to just train you how to treat a wife? Temuyina mboze actually. Temujina. When did you last talk to your mother? Akuyigirize buyigiriza how to be a mother tomorrow. Tewali. You're still now you learned scholars of tomorrow. Mwe muli bantu bayivu ge mazima. Tetusuubira kutumenya nnyo ng'abantu abatatu ku level yammwe. Ne tutuuka ne ku level ya just finances. Kibalemye okuhandolinga ng'abantu abali ku university ne munno. Will you even agree onto a school omwana mu mwana asomera? Allah atusaasire naye waliwo couples ezigenda okutomera which is okay. Kuba ziteekeddwa okutomera tuyige. Abalala bafunemu picture endala we would have done this. Kati essaawa eno kye weetaage right now kwe kubanga you coordinate with your fellow people muli eno side eno. Kale if it is not here mutambuleeko find trips mwejjeemu ssente zammwe mweteekemu ssente visit some universities Muslim students eyo ng'ekibatwala si kunoonya bakyala na basajja ekibatwala oyongere ku bantu b'omanyi n'osaako gy'oko mu bongerako you have a variety and options to pick from. Gy'oko mu kuba n'abatono wewe abasiru owedde olondamu just atali musiru nnyo gw'okola ki? Nga mutandika family. Now that is a concern. And remember as Muslims, we have a lot of teachings that teach us modesty. Obusiramu butuyigiriza okuba n'ensonyi and our ladies are queens of that. Balina ensonyi, bali modesty, ne waba akuva atya. Wallahi ayinza okufa nakyo nga takigambye. Kituufu oba si kituufu? Ng'ensonga lwaki tagamba? Because she's a shy girl. What do you expect? Of course, gyekiri asobola okukugamba naye batono abalina that era amaliriza ali mu kwepenapena ali mu kukyekawo embeera abwabuzaabuza bw'ati bwakuwa ku salaamu omuntu nga mu butuufu giri n'akukubira ekiro ng'enkuba etonya n'akubuuza oba weebisse. Lwaki temutandika butandisi mutumalira obudde bantu mmwe? Start families. I think let me conclude with 3 factors. To them, we space. I don't want to dominate the session. Siramu bwaffe bwajja bulinga obwamanya nti this is going to be a challenge, and it's actually a challenge. Kubanga even our man here ayina ensonyi. Bw'oba toziyina sibusoogera naawe ngamba omusajja ayina ensonyi. There is our man here nga amazima gali nti he is a responsible man. I had a client bino mbanyumizanga munnayuganda munnammwe ate omuwalimu mpangaala nammwe wano. Abasajja abalungi gye bali nga wallahi si bayaaye naye nga obudde bw'okuyimirira ateekinga erisiki y'omugaana tabuyina. Gyekiri oba tekiriiyo? Now you guys think like that's how every lady thinks, eh? A man, you're supposed to be bold enough, you come, you tell me I love you, and then you go. No, it's not like that. Have you visited the story of Ali and Fatima? Like Ali radiallahu anhu, he was that kind of man, musajja wa buvunanyizibwa, but he was too shy to a level teyasobola kwatula immediately sezala we yamuyambako. Now this is what happened. Prophet yalina connection ne Fatima muwala we, too tight to a level until he knew the daughter from A to Z. He got to a point of even saying the following statements to Ali to just make sure amukakasanga bwamanyi muwala we nti i'lam anna Fatimata bud'atun minni. Ali, I'm giving you my daughter. Please get to know that this daughter is part of me. If you make her happy, I'm obviously happy. If you make her sad, just know I'm sad. Now, that is a statement that a father says towards a daughter nga akimanyi. Omuwala gwakyogererako amumanyi from A to Z. Kiyinza ozibwala mutaata we kyogera kuba takumanyi bulungi. Akutegeera olwaleero n'atakutegeera kuba tabadde naawe nnyo, omulaba bulabikiro nakumakyanga akola ki. But Fatima and the Prophet, the daughter was just in touch with the Prophet. Actually, Nabbi yatuuka n'okutuuma Fatima nti Ummu Abiha. It was a nickname that literally means Fatima is a mother to her father. Because after the death of Khadija, her mother, omwana ow'emyaka 7, she was dutiful to the dad. Nga buli bwe bakosa taata we, Nabbi akimanyi, I have a young girl waiting to comfort me as a daughter. Kata kaseera katuuka Fatima akula muwala mulungi. Embooko tuba tusedde amakulu, embooko bino byammwe byagwa. She was beautiful. Companions had it as a routine to go to the Prophet to request Fatima's hand in marriage. Nabbi nga agoba, because he knew the taste of the girl, of the daughter. Now what happened? Basahaba ne bagendayo 1, 2, 3. Nabbi nga takkiriza na Fatima balaba kubanga definitely technically Fatima amanyi test ye. Now companions were there with Ali. They were like, but Ali, have you also tried? Ali was like, no, if they have sent you away, what about me? Of course they will send me away. Now, of course, it's a man talk. We normally talk with our fellow guys, netuba waga okubazamu kumanyi manhood and masculinity. But yeah, that's what happened. They ignited this whole masculinity in Ali. You can. Prophet loves you. And that Fatima, we know the age difference is close. She will love you. Fatima, the narration is like Ali marched straight from that sitting to the Prophet's house, and he even knocked the door, implying that he has something urgent to say to the Prophet. That style of knocking. When the Prophet opened the door, Ali was mute, like he never said anything. Out of the intelligence of the Prophet was like, the way you've knocked my door implies that you had something vital to inform me about. Ali was just silent. And then out of Prophet's intelligence, reading the whole environment, the whole, how is it called in psychology? The expressions and so on. Then Prophet was like, are you here to ask Fatima's hand in marriage? Immediately Ali was like, exactly, that's why I'm here. And now Prophet marched to go to Fatima, and he was like, Fatima, Ali is here to ask her hand in marriage. Are you interested in Ali? Immediately Ali, like Fatima was like, yes, but of course there was a curtain. Fatima was behind the curtain because of the modesty and the whole shyness here and there. So Prophet asked Fatima behind curtains. So what Fatima did was just shake a curtain. Because they had that connection as father and daughter, Prophet knew that Fatima is okay with Ali. How sweet is that? And definitely things started. It is one of the beautiful love stories we have in Islam. But it never started with that boldness of yours. Actually, it might even be a red flag. This reality of yours, you're equipping yourself with unnecessary information. When it is raining, you say this. When it is in you memorize even. When it is in you memorize. Now you move like this. That creativity, put it in memorizing Quran. It will just be obvious. If you have your match here, you will get them. Because in the long run, you will only attract someone who will find sense into you. Because there is a movie that was immoral that you both watched and then bitambula kubanga, like you're immoral and immoral marriage. Leave the moral people to get in line with the moral shy marriage. Now that is the reality I wanted us to discuss about. So Islam came in to give these recommendations. Number one, make sure your social circle is having many people as possible. Sensible people, definitely. Because it's always from your circle. Now, if you have friends that can't even recommend you for a husband, toina makuru ge mazima, like toina makuru. And you guys are building friendship on nonsense. Kubanga echibagasse bintu bya kisiru temusobola na kweri commendinga kutandika bintu bitegeeka in a society. Please, I can give you my sister because I know you're a good man. You don't have that discussion. Actually, friends don't even recommend each other. Recommendation is also something. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us that understanding. Now, do you agree with me when I'm like, it's a challenge now? When we are like, abantu temugenda kwefuna kisobokera ddala. Obukubanga tugenda kweraba na muntu gw'osaanye kukola ki? Ate ng'okula, you're growing old. You're growing old, matter of fact. Ng'omusajja wandibadde oprioritizinga to start up a family. You don't have a job, ge mazima. Techikugaana tandika story na muntu and keep the Islamic principles in play. You have a lot to do to check the compatibility. Techitwala saawa emu. It might take a year. Okwetegeera obwetegeezi. Definitely you're not going to cohabit. Temugenda kwebaka mwenna. You're going to have serious discussions. Munyumya ebintu ebyamakulu. Mulabo bamunaakwatagana. At 23, 22, 21, it is a young couple in making. Abomu bidula bali busy bakola ebyabwe. Imwe abalungi muli mubitaddemu omuzannyo. Meet up and start families. Bw'ofuluma bw'oti nga mukyala we asigadde wano ayiribayo omwaka mulala gutya. Oluusi nga mufulumye mwenna. Go to the family of this girl. As a man in making, lwaki odduka taata we? Go to, if you are serious, go to the man, the father of bintu kati byakulwanyisa buulu. Go to the father of your girl. Inform him as man to man. Tell him, please, matter of fact, I'm a fresh graduate. It's not like I can't take care of your daughter. I'm just here to make sure everything is formal. Omanyi nti jendi. Please, I'm requesting, give me some time. I'm going to prove to you that I can take care of your mubadduka buddusi mutuswaza buswazi. Allah atusasire. You are going to die single. I repeat, you are going to die because if you just want to play around, webali waneno waliwo ayagala okuzannya wano n'ayagala okuzannya wano, mwemalire obudde. It is okay because the world is not only for positive, there is also the negative energy. Mwemalire ku budde, it is okay. Naye yahe bw'obanga oli a man in making, emyaka 2 oba wakula seeka, you a big man 20 oli wano, oli muntu mukulu. Maama wo yakyakubuzaabuza nti kawala kalenzi kange akasemba, oli musajja mukulu. You just keep yourself around your elders. Otandika n'okulowooza ng'omwana omuto, kubanga bakuleetera okulowooza nti oli mwana muki okuva ddi nga 25 muto. Your age mates elsewhere in other societies are starting up families. Mwe ab'omu kibuga mulemereddwa, build on unnecessary assumptions. Kati bawala mmwe amazima gali nti okakasa anaakuwasa oyagala wa sente. Sente mmeka ez'omuntu alina okukwasa, alina okuba ne ku account ye, kitegeeza ki kyoba oyogedde ekyo? Omanyi lwaki tolina muwendo gw'olina mu mutwe? Gw'olina kimu nga principle, njagala omusajja who is financially stable. What does that mean? Now, banayi, ekirungi njogera n'aba university bino ebintu tetubyogera mu madarasa eri wansi, kubanga tutyamu entegeera eyo eyinza okubanga oba oli awo ntonotono. Naye mmwe mwayita ne PLO Ismaya ne USCE muli wano. Emmotoka economics omwangu teyeetagamu na math. Emmotoka, is it an asset or it is a liability? Do you even know what a liability means? Now, Allah is busy showing you the understanding of this girl. Gwachaganya tonywa mwenge naye olemereddwa okutegeera nti you have a lot to do ku mukyalawo. Ennyumba, for example, kale twandibadde tugamba nti ennyumba byemusinzirako defining nti omuntu financially stable. Owooza oyagala musajja alina business. Omusajja alina business bw'abanga musomesa ku ssomero, eyo si business olowooza? Business kitegeeza ki? Kitegeeza ki? Kubanga sebo ensi yonna erowooza, naye tujja kudaaga n'abantu, ensi yonna erowooza nti omuntu okubanga alina business, he or she has to be self-employed. Yes, CEO. When everyone is a CEO, ani agenda okukolera wa munne? That is a cycle. We need employees, abava mu boy employee, ne bafuuka ba employer, ng'ate waliwo abalala bafuula ne employee, ye gwe ne employee. Allah bw'atakusaasira, oyinza obutatangira mu business yo. Toyina wadde nnusu ku account eyiyo bwete. Ogenda tandika business ki? Wandibadde wakirowoozaako nadda ng'oli mu senior 6. To try to solve something, you turn your hobby into a business idea. Ebyo our education system tekibatendese. Omaliriza university ng'era onoonya mulimu. Kati oba olina kusookera mu kukozesebwa. Because even chances are high. N'okufuuka CEO nga tomanyi webakwata bantu, ogenda kugwa ne business yo. Ebintu mubitomera butomezi. Toyina gwe wali ofuzeeko wadde. Tomanyi ne webakwata abantu. Human resource management. Don't we have managers here? Omuntu azuuka buzuuka kusomana nti kafuneyo abakozi basatu mbakozese. There is a skill. Abantu babifuna mu degree. Gw'oyingiddewo. Ogudde ne business yo. Sooka wansi weetendeke naawe. Mutandike families. If you want a man who is financially stable, you have to have serious discussions. What do you mean by financially stable? Oyinza n'okubanga bw'ogamba financially stable, amazima gali nti bayinza okukwata bakulowoozaako. Naawe kyekimu. Allah ageze omulembe guno. You even have issues to identify the compatibility when it comes to beauty. I was with my students at MOOC. Nembagamba, it is only in Uganda where you're going to find someone defining beautiful, the beauty, as a result of a Western society. How many of men, how many of men have sat down to identify a beautiful actually girl? Aberatia. A beautiful Muganda lady. Aberatia. A beautiful Gishu girl. Aberatia. The difference in society, culture, definitely beauty. Allah's creation is beautiful in a way. Ojja kusanga nga bonna bali beautiful in different angles. Bao ekikyafuga definition ye ya beauty film gye yalaba. True or false? Mumanyi lwaki muli mukweyerusa mmwe n'ebitakwatagana? Since when did being brown be something kwe tudetermininga nti muntu mulungi? Baba mwe balayiva firimu ebinayuganda byalwawo okutekinga ku map basooka kulaba beeru. Now he wants it nti I want a brownie, but it is a possibility. Wallahi, it is a possibility. You love white women because that is your last desire. L-U-S-T. Olinga musajja just oyina akabugumu ako effujja ery'obwagazi. That's why you want a brown one. Nenga within you the trains zikutuma muddugavu munno. Now it takes a lot of reasoning to get to that reality. Abaana baffe wano bali ba mmere. Let us start with them. The American society, abali batambuddeko, the whole Europe and so on, even in the Eastern Bloc and the Asian Bloc, their definition of beauty, of course, egenda kugwa nnyo mu culture yaabwe. Slender ladies, slim, nemmere yaabwe yeeyo. Bantu just bali awo batonotono tebalina mibiri. Beebo. They go for modeling. That's their definition of beauty. It is not our African definition. Emmere abaana bano gye bali eri organic yaffe yaawano. Now, it is njagala balaga pressure gye muliko eri unnecessary. Now, muli majimu omuntu yanira bwereere. It is difficult okujjawo omwana wakwerumya njala to eat bulungi ng'alya mmere yaffe yaawano n'atasumulukuka. Oli unserious tokimanyi. Actually you're even telling your wife to be ti wallahi nina engeri gye saagalamu bakyala banene bantamamu. Emboozi z'abaana bato ze munyumya kati mbu mweyogereza. If you're out of discussion ng'emboozi ebaweddeko mwesiibule. You're going to talk about stuff that is going to be used against you in future. Like, do you know what it takes? Mukyala gwe oyina society pressure y'okumeetinga. You can't take the unnecessary pressure of your man okutandika okweyogeza mbu sagala bakyala banene, sagala bakyala batono. Ng'osobola n'okeera ku makya ng'oli mukyala we just oli nomo tolina na byokola by'amaanyi just olya bulungi n'ogejja. Do you know what it means a wife ali mu maka g'omuntu nga bbaawo yali akigambye ne wabanga asaaga tisaagala bakyala banene ne weeraba ng'osumulukuka? Kiba kitegeeza nti as a man ebintu ebyo mubirekera abaana abatali mu secondary abakyatagala n'omukwano gw'ekito. Talk as a responsible man. Mugambe nti mukyala gwe oba oyagadde mukyala mutono mugambe kyekyo tukantuka obufumbo waba mutono asobola okukugejjako mu bufumbo obwo nga tagenda kuddayo mu butono. Kati mbukinga mwegoba. Kati ng'otandika kugamba nti munnaye omukyala namwagala mutono ate kati okuva lwe yazaala aganye okuddayo mu buki. Temuwasana baana baabe musooke mukule mu ndowooza and marry them for that. Kati omuwala ono kyekimu society pressure emuli busy. Ono omwana azuuka ne kumakya nawanya chai wentangawuzi owamata kumakya kuliko n'omugaati kuliko prestige. Kulanchi awo waliwo agweno kyeki gweno ye mwogo kusaawa nnyawo waliwo gwana n'ekikopo ky'obugi, waliwo ne lanchi, like waliwo lanchi. Mwana ali nnomo kubanga atambula enjala emuluma n'akola ki? N'alya. Bw'ava waneeno waliwo juice amulinze gy'akoze eki? Ka juice awo ne kasinaaka akatono yeebake. Yendya y'omwana waffe omufirika owa wano. Ate bw'abanga ali mu kyalo n'alyako ne ku greens ng'oyo, mwana ali nutritiously healthy. Instead of defining beauty in that angle, muli wano musomye, you're obsessed with cultures that are not yours. Naffe abawalimu we tuba tusoma ebitabo by'Abawarabu ababiwandiika, as we are defining beauty, it takes a lot to appreciate nti Omuwarabu eyawandiika ekitabo nga nnyonnyola obulungi yaani, yali musajja Muwarabu, si Munnayuganda nga ggwe. Linda ekyange kye ngenda okuwandiika ku Bannayuganda abaki nabo nkibatwalire bakisomeko bategere obulungi bwa wano. Does it make sense? Wetandika nenyimira mu khutuba nam like omuwala nno omulungi bw'atabaako na kiseera wano, omuwala si mulungi bw'atabaako yahe mba nkoze nga amplifier, siina logic gwe ntaddemu information gye nkola ki. I'm just saying out kyensomye kyenjogera, kyensomye kyenkola ki kyenjogera. May Allah enable you abateebi abantu abalungi. Mbajjukiza nti muli bantu bakulu, start families. A family doesn't start with nti kati mutandise enkyera babawoowe. We muba mulimu kweyogereza nga muli muzannyo, mwekyawe abatuufu babafune. Mwekyawe from today mbakkiriza saba Allah abanguize mwekole mutya. Mwekyawe mutandike principle enki. Make sure your relationship is built ku bunywevu, there is a strong foundation, you're guided by Islam. Ate obusiraamu bwakyanguya, temwebaka mwenna. Don't be immoral. Temuseeguwala nga ate mukola ki? Because Uganda is a free society. Tutuuka n'okucelebrating abantu abalina embuto nga tumanyi bataata. That's how immoral we are. Ate yemmwe ababapika. Naye nga society kyalinga kiva ate totulaze taata wa mwana ate oyagala tukusondereko bridal. Nammwe ne musonda ne mumuwaga. Come on girl, you are a strong lady, you will manage. Olumala nga mumulekera ettabu n'ayiriba n'olubuto, mukyala ali omu naye nga yakoze mistake ey'okulufuna. Kyandibadde kirungi n'osigala with that modesty, luzaale, start a new chapter ng'okimanyi nti you have well. Si kirungi kwekaliza mu nsobi, kyekimu naawe. So make sure your story is not having immoral standards. Temweyonoona. Be good people, but start families. Mwetegeere, talk sense, mulizoninge. That will help you. Tusaba Allah abeere nga abateebya. But of course we don't want you to die single. Okubagamba nti we're going to die single kubazangulu bantu mmwe. Naye kali kisobokera you can die single. It is also a possibility. Naye gezaako nnyo. It is beautiful to have a family bantu mmwe. It is beautiful. Tetuganya abasajja bayirritatinga n'abakyala bayirritatinga. We are designed to irritate each other because we are different. Ne oyagala okufuna ku mwana, oyagala okutandika ku family, naawe obeera omusajja mu maka. Now our problems today, nakibagambye that there are different problems. Olina okubeera omusajja ali loving ng'olina omukwano, naye ate tobeera wa mukwano nnyo kubanga ate oli leader eri mukyalawo. Mukyalawo bw'akumanyiira ate nnyo, you're losing it as a leader. Kati ekyo si kya buli mutwe okugamba nti a leader, taata w'abaana, ate bba wa mukyalawo, ate jooka. Ebitiibwa ebi nti ne weeba musaaga ne mukyalawo, just emboozi ekutta akati, ensaaga gy'asaagamu naawe akimanyi ndine mukama wange kati tusaaga. Asaaga ina limits. Naawe n'osaaga ng'olina limits kubanga oli leader, toyagala nnyo omuntu gw'okulembera atandike kusubmitinga busubmitizinga out of ngalowooza omukaka. Kati ate mmwe olw'okuba temulina guidance nga mutandika muli bafumbo musaaga mwewemula n'okwemulamba olw'okuba mukola ki? Musaaga. Yeah, you're losing it as a man. Olina okukulembera mukyala wo. Actually kyekikumwagaza. Akwagala kubanga ogenda mumukulembera. Toli wa kitalo nnyo kubanga you're a loving one, ojjukira nnyo birthdays naye nga family ye kulembya okukeepinga in check. Kati mukyala wo aba akulemya, abaana onaabasomera ate abaana majeege. Onaabasobola ggwe. Olumala ng'era owasaayo owookubiri nga naye tabbu ekulema kuba kyakulema okumanya. Do you start from now? Kyekimu n'omukyala nawo. Ebitibwa naawe olina byebimu. Okubeera omukyala mu maka ng'ate oli maama effectively. Ebintu byakulowoozaako, it takes a lot of skill. Teri kosi nti ekikusomesa ekyo, teri kutuba egenda kikusomesa. It is only this simple awakening talk. Ya bulijjo nno informally as it is. Maybe Allah might use it to make sure families are going on. Now I would like to wind up Mbawa Kazindaalo. Mukirowoozeeko as this society to have that hub. The leaders mukirowoozeeko mweyambe. Mubuseyamu tetugamba nti muteekeewo mwenoonye mwefune. That's too direct. Muteekeewo avenues musobole okweyongera okwetegeera. Broda abantu nga bawera social circle egaziwe, at least ng'osobola okufunamu omuntu akola ki? Ategeerekeka. Tusaba Allah abeere nga atukola ki? Atumalira. Allahumma amin. Some of you even are single because of your branding. Oli wa bbeeyi. Oli musajja naye basajja bonna be bakogerako nti oli wa lugezigezi. Oli muwulu naye oli wa lugezigezi. Kati omuwala omulungi yandikwagadde. Ani yandiyagadde omusajja ow'olugezigezi? Kuddiiru ki? Be a cool, disciplined man. That's all you need. Disciplined, you're tolerant, you're patient, omuli muntu w'abantu, you know how to talk with people, ofuga obusungu bwo, bye bitufuula abasajja ab'enjawulo ebyo. Naye gwe bakumanyi tebakunyigira mu ttooke. Onyiiga n'akatono aye n'oyogera nnyo bategeere nti okoze eki zivuddeko. That's why you're single. Kyekimu n'omukyala. Ekifaananyi ky'oportraying amazima gali nti ewammwe mulina ssente temuli banako. Naye n'oyogereza omusajja n'omutyuningirawo mu ango ya ssente. It takes a lot for someone to be your husband. Temutunda baana bammwe we muti. Musajja ategeera oyo kweri. It is concerning. Ajje nga ali mwavu. Mufune discussion eyo. Olaba oba amagezi mwegali. Kubanga mugenda kutuula nga famire mukaayane ekikyaleme kitwala kuba yakukulembera naye ogumemu kubanga okimanye ategeera. Wadde tatutte kikyo naye omwesiga nti amagezi mwegali tewali buzibu. Do you know what it means okukakasa nti bawo tategeera ate nga tatutte kikyo? Allahu akbar. Bakanya kulaba ne mental health issues oyina tochazi tokitegeera obulamu bukutabuseeko. Omusajja yajja tomanyi na testing ya testing entegeera yeriki. Ate kati ogwo omulimu gugwo kati taata wo yagukulekera kuba ntali mu ggulu kati naye oli wano. Chances are high nti omusajja gwogenda omutwalira agenda sooka kulaba gwe. Kati skill y'okumusengejja ategeera tategeera yiyo si ya taatawo. Society emaze okutendeka nti kati taata alinze muwala we amukubira ne ku ssimu nti kiki ekiriyo. Bikyuse oba tebikyuse? Hadisi yali egamba bazadde nti we bakugiranga b'osiimye eddiini n'empisa mubawe bawala bammwe. Bataata bange bali Kampala. abawala baabwe baba wano okumanya Uganda ekutendeka hash otuuka n'okusookera ewa kitaawo ne kikuvumya omwana mwennyini gw'osookera gamba wagenze dde wa kitange toyina magezi ne kikugobya ompisaamu otya amaaso nkuliwa ne kugulu wane kugumisa wano osookera eri sooka oyitireko ewange tulabe oba oyitawo kituufu oba si kituufu. Tusaba Allah abeere nga atumalira abawonya okubeera abawuulu. Allahumma amin. Tufuneyo abantu ndowooza babiri abaami n'abakyala babiri akazindaalo nkazeeyo wa seeka Musuga. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Seko, you've been talking that these Hajatisiya, they are within our circle. Ni Seka Hajatiyawula batuzalawa. Whatever Seka, these people they say, imbu for us tuli bavu, tuli bana bato, mbu they claim mbu tubasobola. For the fact, even if you ask them, they think because imbuze nyine myaka 23 then yaina 21 mukati agenda kutuuka agejjulu kukebwati mukati ansinga obukulu
andaye
katiseka afugade ile sako kino kujama wakati Seka mpaka jansi ndio kusomea ndio kati kugambi kati kitono kati wacha binabali kwa ni batuzalawa
baba zalawa oba mwa baba w'ensonga bazalawa
Seka ndio kweza kubeerawo wewe siposo mungu atotugamba lugulu
obeera otya responsible ekitegeeza etagitiwe naye olaba ye konsane waliwo eyokubiri
ojeko tuzalawa n'okupita abaana abato bagamba mbukati bagala kati nga gweseka gawulyawo
yes banganye wano wabalabye
mukati twetuwa twetetu tubazize kapo ekineki nga kituufe leka tihajatiwa bale twetewano yaba yagala musajja muwatate mukati oli yabeere mukulu mukati oli yabasobola okufuga kati nze naye twalowooza kyekimu
like oba tomanyi kiddako Session might be an eye-opener okulaba engeri gye kiyinza okuba nga kikenderamu naye ebiseera ebisinga okuzalayibwa kuno eno by historians bayinawo webatera okugamba the larger extent to the smaller extent. Wobanga ogenda kubeera omusajja obuvunaanyizibwa, you don't do it because you need a lady to get attracted to you. We just be what you, a responsible man. Responsibility kitegeeza nti ogenda kutandika kuyiwa ssente kuli gwoyogereza. Actually responsibility ekutuma kuziwa mukyala we si muwala gwoyogereza. Kati challenge eriwo ebirabo by'owo omuwala gwoyogereza biba limited yake nga osobola obireka like bya bulijjo okusinziira ku nnyingizaayo. Bya bulijjo just making sure amanye ti toli stingy, toli mukodo, but you're restrained from taking an extra mile kubanga tanaba kuyingira mu doketyo. So you don't want to be a man who is just extravagant when it comes to okwogereza omuwala. Actually otuswaza. Because of that mubatendese bano okubawa nga baboogereza bwe babawasa ne babaleka. Bamaze obbawangula kati oli mu kikomera. Iriba ne kyayo omukalu ne gwano gwana bakiraba. Wallahi it's problem y'amaanyi kati ojja kulaba nga we branding ng'omusajja obuvunaanyizibwa, your dressing code gichecking, yengeri gye weconductingamu n'abantu gichecking, weetwalamu otya mu bantu gichecking. It takes a lot to be that. Kati osiramu bwagala bugambe nti prepare yourself. Omuntu ono bw'akwejjako oluusi agaanye kubanga takusaana, oba oluusi agaanye kubanga ekifaananyi ky'omulaze si kiki si kituufu. Pointi ey'okubiri gy'ayogedde yogamba nti obukulu nansinga obukulu nansinga obutonze ndowooza nnyo kubanga tuliko AGM. It's a reality kubanga kati olwaliro society kyetukoze eki ono kati alaba asobola okulizoninga ng'omukyala kubanga yatuuka dda. Are you ready? Kati ate zisanze ggwe naawe otuuse naye emboozi z'onyumya ate zaabaki z'abaana bato. Kyekyo like woba onyumya emboozi omakinga sure at least osaana okukola ki ebyo nno nga byakyuka okugamba nti simanya entegeera ya ku myaka. Okimanyi nti abasajja abasinga obwezi bali mu 340, owabiri ayenda biki nga talina na ssente. It is ku 30 ne 40 Allah amusumuludde. And to know a real man, definition of a man, kwe kubanga Allah amutadde mu byenfuna. Now in the Ugandan context lwaki tugamba 30s 40s kubanga tugamba nti 20s ahasolinga, akyatagala mu kusoma, akyatrying okumakinga ends meet. Allah amutadde mu 30. Ensonga lwaki abadde naawe kubanga abadde mwavu. Kati okutegeera obwenzi bwe n'okuba omusajja ow'amakulu responsible one gy'emyaka egyo. Gw'oli bizi ogamba njagala musajja wa myaka 3. Ezo factors nazo ziteeka ku mmeeza n'ogamba nti okay, owa 3 nno nga buli kimu yakikola dda. Anampa ku kitiibwa ku ntegeera y'e Uganda wano. Kubanga bano abasajja respect a responsible man gy'akuwa si nti omuyambako. Kubanga you were there ng'akula. Kyekyo kikuweesa ekitiibwa with him. Bw'abanga yali responsible, kituufu yali mwavu talina nnyo ssente, but you were there ayina otamulangira. Kyekikuweesa ekitiibwa n'amanya nti bonna abakyala weebali si toono. Takusabye ssente zo, but the fact nti you were around ne kikuweesa ekitiibwa ekyo. Now those are all dynamics. Gwe just we branding ng'omusajja obuvunaanyizibwa, wallahi kasasiro yenna ajja kuviira. Gw'onagambye nti mukazi ayagala obufumbo. Mulinga abatali mu Uganda mmwe? Tebuuliwo abatagala wano obufumbo. Ng'era yakyogera lwatu nti I'm not interested in. Nga ne mu plan ze temulimu marriage. Which is okay because it's a free world. Asome, atandika omulimu, atandika okukola. Afuneyo omuvubuka beebake bazaale omwana omuvubuka amuviire akuze omwana we ng'ali yekka afune maidi nga bwe bulamu bwabulabiramu ange, which is okay. Aye tunakaka ideology ku bantu kati oyinza okulemera ku mukyala naye ng'ate yoyo mute ate into being a responsible man weba kukyaba ate tolemerawo nnyo ate kubanga lwaki okabira wiiki namba nga bakukyaye onaasobola pressure y'obwavu nga sente zibuze ng'olina abaana kwerigwe wabanga okukyako omukyala kukubuzizza otulo tulamba wiiki namba sente we zinaakubula eza fees for 2 terms tojja kwetugaggwe tusaba Allah abeere nga atufuula naye at least kijja kukendeera inshallah tebajja kubazaalawa inshallah tebajja kubazaalawa mujja mutandike story mwefune wano mwefune webagaana bano gendako mu universities endala yes
kubanga njogerako mu lukuŋŋaana lunene now first of all nze ngenda kukuba side zombi yeah I'm going to be sigenda kukuba side zero I'm going to be both sided now first of all bw'oba oyagala omukazi me I don't date for a date I date for a woman and I have nina statement gentera okukozesa nti nno kyawo oyo omuwala gw'oyagala oyagala maama w'abaana bo kitegeera you leave the girl that you love for the woman or for the mother of your children aba ntegeera bulungi now kati first of all kijja sinziira gwe ku ngeri gy'okola ki gyeweeyisaamu aba ntegeera bulungi sinza kubanga njogera n'ono ebyomukwano nenjogera n'oli nenjogera n'oli nenjogera n'oli ne bambalamu magezi kitegeera bulungi first of all they discredit you oba nfuna bulungi kiba kitegeeza you cannot give what is what concerned naye bwe njogera n'ono ebigambo byange nga byelimitinga I have a limit where I have to stop are you getting it nsobola okuba nga njogera nabo bonna but waliwo wentuuka n'enkoma nemmanya nti no this is where I have to stop for this and this ono bw'agaana nga kituufu agaanye then nga noonya omulala naye you are just playing out tulina kanene akazannyo toyagala kulaga nti ono gweoyagala oba okitegeera bulungi we want to kale tulinga nga bataagala kusemba are you getting it ate nga ate nekira tetusobola kubaagala ffe bonna are we together yes abawala bangi balungi bonna balungi first of all ekisooka okulaga nti nabawala balungi buli omuwala togenda mwegombako kintu ekikimu omumalirize onajja kubanga alina kinene ekirungi oli omutunuulire nga akayindo mashallah ogamba oli bannaye amaaso are you getting naye if you limit yourself nogamba muno let me first keep quiet oba ndaba bulungi then kati kubawala we have this kyo kituufu nga sekaafe yagambye you undermine but ebyo byonna ffe ababireeta okwandamininga but omulenzi akutuukiridde n'akugamba ekigambo ekyo nti no we want ayagala we start up something bakubineno muno I love you I want you to we start up something kiba kitegeeza amininga but omanyi gwe kyomugamba oli mwana muto omanyi kyeyaŋŋamba lindamu emyaka 5 imagine aza akugambye for real akugambye I want we start up something response gy'omuwadde lindamu emyaka 5 kiba kitegeeza kikyomutuma okukola kutambula ku buli muwala oba ontegee bulungi kiba kitegeeza agenda kuvaako ku management agenda kuva ku kiri eri deal gyabaddeko ey'okusetolinga because let me tell you what I know omulenzi kasita asetolinga n'omuwala at an early age yes kiba kitegeeza agenda kendeeza ensaasanya ya ssente ze atandika ozipulaningira then after planning for that money mutandika okwezimba naye gwe omuwadde emyaka 5 emirala agira akola ki atambula are you getting me after that now we are here in this society we have studied now kati mwabawala you give that influence to the what to the parents musajja ndi wanene njiriba I hustle yes I won't get the what? The chairs, the bulls, the kawe. Sebo agamba yagala ente 100 cattle. Kumulenzi achali mu ssomero agenda kuzijjawa. Yes? Echi? Then, guys, for this situation, ono mulenzi bwaba ku confront nze nga azze nagamba nti no, we want kubanga kati waneno we are aged, nze as me nze sagala dating, that is it. Era kyo bwe mba sikugambye kiba kitegeeza mba sikugambye ate tonneesibaako kitegedde. That is it. Guys, it is like this. It is like this. Let me tell you, it is like this. It is like this. It is like this. I have eyes. Nina amaaso ndaba. Are you getting me? Let me tell you. Omubaka yagamba abasajja bakuumire wansi amaaso gabo olw'ensonga. Let me tell you, if you have that mentality of always looking down, omuwala omutunuulira omulundi gumu. Yes? Memorial since ekimanyi nti no toddamu mutunuulira mulundi gwakubiri. Yes? Capturinga picture ye yonna ogenda omuyitako boote ng'otandika okugirivisinga mba nakulabye dda oba kitegere bulungi tunneesibaako. Yes, kiba kitegeeza there is time that I'm going to come oba nfuna bulungi. Yes, kiba kitegeeza bwe nkulaba I have picked interest in you. When I pick interest in you, ebyokwetega kituufu kale birungi. Okwetega kale oyinza okwetega bw'oba ng'olaba gw'oyagala oba ontegere bulungi naye ate tokisussa nnyo because ojja kisussa afune interest in you oba onfuna bulungi naye ate bigoyinge wrong. Are you getting it? Then ebirala ekirungi seeka abyogeddeko. By the way, let me tell you, love fades, but what makes love is experience. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, nze kyenjagala okwogerako this thing of border insecurities. Like in this generation, like it or not, abasajja batono nnyo abagala chubby women, abakazi abanene, yes, like chubbies, batono nnyo. So to face the challenge, nga olabamu n'ogamba kakati, some of us, we are naturally big, like we are fat, and we are tall, we are fat. Kati otunamu n'ogamba nga ddala mbutuufu oyina keeping limits nga you are there, you're not fat, you're not ngoli mu limits nga you are within, because bonalekerera your body n'ogejja nga you're just free on your body n'ogejja tebagenda kulaba okujjako abakulu ennyo 45 be bakulaba naye ab'emyaka gyo tebakulaba ne bw'okola ki even if oyina eddiini ne bw'abaseka takutunulako because alaba teweefaako. So we are facing a big challenge naddala for abakazi abanene naturally nti oba otya even in the future you have that insecurity nogamba ate bwe naazaala ng'ejje kati ntunamu nogamba ate bwe naaba nfunye like my age mate maybe I'm 21, that person is maybe 23, otunamu nogamba like 10 years from now mba nzadde ate yayinza okuba nga mutono oba kale ng'omusingako sometimes obuwanvu kale ate ye mutono ekitegeera kati otunulamu in 10 years time n'ogamba ngenda kubeera maama we otunulamu n'ogamba tekisoboka kati naawe nosalawo n'ogamba nedda because most of the men they are naturally Okay, abasinga bangi baba bakyali bavubuka baba batono naye bwakulamu awo 27, 28, 29 afunamu ku mubiri kati nawe oyagala omaki nga tisi omuntu anaakulaba nti you are always there kitegeera because ye tagenda tunuulira mwana wa myaka 18 16 but these ones batunuulira abo ffe batulabanga and the moment you put on this akulabanga gwe jjajjaawe you get it tebatulaba abato bannaffe tebatulaba abakulu naffe bebatulaba. That's why we go with that netugenda abo abatusingako ne tukiteekamu nti nze njagala muntu nga ansingako because this person time is going to come. I have my own insecurities. I'm going to enlarge in size mbere kizibu. So that is my
MashaAllah. Barakallahu fikum. I think let me once set yourself free from that society unnecessary pressure. Just make sure you're healthy. Wallahi. Simple. Tokkiriza musajja akyatagalira mu body size ku bulungi ng'ate basajja banna ababuvunaanyizibwa balina ebizibu ebisukka ekyo. Now, wabanga gw'oyogereza kati wallahi mwekyawe because akyali muto. Mwekyawe gemaze. Concern sister gy'araisinze enkulu bannange. Ne woba oyogera ne munno wane waliwo ebintu by'otalina kweyogerezaako. They are insecure naturally beebo. Muleke akwebuziseeko nti olaba ngezze sirika. Kyusa topiki. Kuba wallahi it will only be a statement. Oyogera nga bw'otayagala bawala baddugavu afunye olubuto addugadde ate akulaba otandise kutambula n'abeeru. Now, do you know what it takes okubanga mukyalawo aleze omwana ali mu lubuto alwanisa insecurity entuufu oba enfu from a statement gye wavaamu nga an irresponsible man? Ebibuuzo nyange mubireke. Bwe mba muwaana ebintu ku bakyala bano muwaana ebintu ebirina akakwate ne responsibilities zaabwe. Njagala engeri gy'olabiramu abaana bange, njagala engeri gy'ondabiriramu, njagala emirembe gy'ompa. Now that is the true definition of onnyonnyodde okwagala kw'omwagalako. Bino bye mukyewaana obweru bwo, ennyindo yo, obuwanvu, obunene, ebyo si by'abantu ba bufumbo. Be bantu nga mukyekyamulamu bwekyamuzi wano temulina na byakwogera. Okitegeera? Kati as a sister, set yourself free. Yes. Owabiri mu esatu wabanga bwatyo bwalowooza, chances are high asobola n'okukuweza asatu nga walowooza. Wallahi mugobe because there is no safety there. Funa omuntu ne wabe wabiri mugumu. Ayemwe. If you're in touch with a man, even when he's 20, asobola okukufuga n'emyaka gya 25. Omusajja njagala kumaliriza na kino. Omusajja kituufu you have your belief system, muina bingi bye mulabye and experiences. Omusajja ali responsible, aina boundaries, ajeewulira because of what he is, akufuga n'emyaka gya 25 ate nga takubye nga he's basically a man. Kati ekyo mukijjeeyo eyo kuba mulimu abasajja abazadde abali serious abatendesa abaana baabwe to be men. Omusajja muvubuka ye first born ewaabwe yatandika okubeera mu ngatto za kitaawe at 12 ng'alabirira batoobe. Oyo omwana ne wabeera wa 25 ng'oli wa 26 oba wa 25 tebakulimba nti osobola omumanyira. Yatandika okulowooza nga mukulu ku myaka emito mu society ye Uganda. Kati otalinga mwana atali ekyo. Now prioritize value, muve ku kyemyaka timukiveeko. Kati we failed there. Owaasatu n'owaana okyasobola omumusanga nga naye akyali muto mu ndowooza era agamba nti ekikunjagazza mukyala wange oli mukyala muwanvu aye toli munene nnyo. Owaana yakyogera. n'osooka otagayira mu nniimu. Omukyala tolina buzibu, tolina na pressure, oli ku nniimu, owuuta nniimu, ku makya noonya nniimu, n'emisana noonya nniimu, mbw'oyagala kwenkanakana ne mujjawo, yahe set yourself free. Obulamu bubwo, make sure you're healthy, totagala, oli munene just natural, omubiri gwo gwego, otuyanira mu gym naye tokogga, tolina buzibu. It is you. Be healthy. Toteeka pressure yo ku bantu baki. Wallahu alam bisawab. Tusaba Allah abeere nga atuwa families ennungi, abeere nga abanguyiza abawulu abali wano. Twagala tugoba omuzimu gw'obuwulu gubaveemu, tusaba Allah gubaveemu. Bano we bagaana mutambuleeko ewalala, ensi tekoma ku bano. Ne bano we banga tebali mu makulu, mugendeeko ewalala. Yes. Mfuneko tuwazi, mutirewe muti mutambuleko, like that. Tusaba Allah abanguyize. Allahumma wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wa assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillahi al-hadi thumma salatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All praises, thanks and glorifications of the highest order due to Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, our number one creator, the sustainer, and to whom we shall be returned upon our life here on earth. We pray him to always send his mercy, blessings and honor to the Prophet Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who toiled tooth and nail to see that we embrace Islam and didn't leave anything except he saw that it would be beneficial to us to reach Allah when he's pleased with us. What we pray to Allah enable us to fulfill. Allahumma ameen. So we also thank Allah for the varieties of bounties He has continuously blessed us with, of which among them, specifically for today, is our beloved Sheikh Hussein Bulafu, of which for me it has been my first interaction with him. Actually, I'd never seen him, maybe on the post they placed in the groups we had, but this session, as he has been always repeating it, that maybe it would have been another crucial course we would have taken, maybe, but indeed it's a blessing to have it tonight or today, because the session began actually in the day, whereby the Sheikh was able to tell us that disagreement or the dislike between the two genders, of which he took us through, and we managed to see that each and every one has a part. As me personally, I took it that each and every one has a fundamental role to play, and indeed that we should focus on it, and there is no need for that. So in the second session, he took us through our relationship with the non-Muslims and how to live with them and take on life with it, whereby he also did it in the very brilliant manner that I'd never seen. And we pray to Allah to bless him continuously. And according to me, the most fabulous one, which is the session we are concluding, which we have been having right now, he has gone a further mile to talk to us as like his real own brothers and sisters, because the way he has been emotional, the way he has been handling us, and the responsibility he has taken to tell us how crucial it is to cater for our marriage as far as this age is concerned, and if we are to get that responsibility in the rightful age as regarding as our deen is commanding us to do. He has also shown us that indeed we should start right now if we haven't, because my dear brothers, we are having some of our brothers, like our chairman, the chairman DC Gumsa. I think he is about to leave. Mr. Tamara, is it? A finalist. I think it is responsibility you go from here, at least At least with someone, inshallah. So for me, as I'm here, because this is my first year, I also have that I may go here, inshallah, with someone. But sincerely speaking, for me, I didn't have it in mind. What I knew that come here, I come for studies. Then after I go, maybe life will be like that. But cut us off our dear brother, Sheikh Hussein Bulafu, who has managed to invite this session, because for me it was the most brilliant one amongst all. It has been really crucial and impacting a lot to our lives. Our dear Sheikh, we have nothing we can pay to you other than praying to Allah to continuously bless you and increase you in knowledge and enable us get the knowledge you've given us, the exposure. We take it in the right way and implement it in the right way, and we pray to Allah to always guide us so that we don't mix up things and we implement them in the best way we can. Other than that, our dear brother, we thank you a lot and we pray to Allah to continuously bless you. The organizers of these sessions, the DEC, the REC, and even you, my dear brothers and sisters, who have given in your time, because we are approaching, most of us are approaching the exams, whereby you had that time to stay there maybe and focus on other things. But if you've sacrificed, I know we've benefited. And I just pray to Allah to bless our stay here and enable us to become prosperous and successful in life. Other than that, I pray to Allah to enable us be among those that pick and take and put into practice, inshallah ta'ala. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Wa hadha assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.